right, folks. Since tonight's session is being recorded, we are going to get started. Anybody who it wasn't able to log on yet will be able to see the full recording, and I will remind everybody of that at the end as well. So thank you so much for logging on tonight. My name is Cameron Smith. I'll introduce myself properly in a moment here. But yeah, tonight you are joining us for Acadia 101, which we are hoping to be a good little cover all of your kind of basics that you might want to know coming into Acadia, and then hopefully have a little bit of a little bit of time to answer questions as well, or to tell you some more directly from students. So, as I said before, my name is Cameron Smith. I'm one of your enrollment advisors and hosts for this event, and I will let my colleague introduce herself.
My name is Sierra Pino. I am one of the enrollment advisors here at Acadia and primarily dealing with students who are joining us from within the province of Nova Scotia, and I'm one of your hosts for this evening as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Sierra. So one of the main things to cover about Acadia is where are we? And Acadia is very proudly located in the town of Wolfville in Nova Scotia. So Wolfville is a really wonderful and unique place. It is a small town, but it has over 70 local businesses. It's still really close by to most things that you would want to see in the province, or lots of cool things to see and do in the city, just an hour away. And also the town of Wolfville has pretty much nonstop community events of all kinds. There is all kinds of sports things happening and chances to be active, tons and tons of creative opportunities, and lots of awesome food events too, which is just awesome. It's a great little community to be in.
All right, so next we're just going to cover a few facts that set Acadia apart from the rest. So first off, we are a smaller institution. So we have about 3,500 students that attend our university full time. That makes us pretty lucky in that we're able to offer really small, intimate class sizes. We do specialize in offering a world-class educational experience while offering those intimate class sizes. The average class size right now is 28, and that allows for a 15-to-1 student to professor ratio at the moment. With that said, amongst our 3,500 students, we have about $5 million in scholarship funds that get dispersed and handed out every single year. While we're on the topic of scholarships, I'm going to take a second to plug that our scholarship deadline is coming up. Make sure to get in all of your mid-year transcripts and all of your scholarship forms before the March 1st deadline to be considered for as much funding as possible. On top of that, so Acadia itself is a small, tight-knit community, but once you finish at Acadia, the alumni network is vast and expansive. We have about 27,000 alumni worldwide, and we hold frequent events. Most recently, we've had events in Ottawa, we've had events in the Bahamas, and we have some events coming up in cities all over Canada coming up in the next few months as well. So at Acadia, we specialize in offering primarily undergraduate degrees. We offer these degrees out of 3 faculties. First, we have a Faculty of Arts. Within the Faculty of Arts, you can obtain, you guessed it, a Bachelor of Arts. At Acadia, I was within the Faculty of Arts myself, so I did a double major in Sociology and Women's and Gender Studies. Sociology is among one of the most popular arts options. Psychology is right up there. They're kind of neck and neck. Some unique arts options that we have a Law and Society program that was recently developed. It's a multidisciplinary program that's going to offer some really uniquely small class sizes for students. Then we have the Faculty of Pure and Applied Sciences. That's where you can get a Bachelor of Science. Our most popular degree within the Faculty of Science is the Bachelor of Science in Biology. I'm going to touch on some cool things about our bio department on the next slide, I believe. So that's the most popular program within our Faculty of Science. We also have some other really cool ones. We have our students in the labs from the very first year. Another thing that we're pretty lucky for is with our small class sizes, we are able to offer tons of hands-on learning opportunities from that first year of study. So whether you're a biology student or a nutrition and dietetics student, you're going to have those lab opportunities. Lastly, we have a Faculty of Professional Studies. The Faculty of Professional Studies is where you're going to find our two most popular degree options. So we have a Bachelor of Kinesiology and a Bachelor of Business Administration. Those are just two of the professional studies options. We also have a Bachelor of Music, a Bachelor of Education, and a Bachelor of Community Development. All right. So at Acadia, we do have a nationally accredited co-op program. Another thing that does set us apart from other institutions is we are able to offer a co-op option with 80% of our degrees that we offer at Acadia. So whether you are looking for a degree within the professional studies, the sciences, or the arts, we have options within all of those faculties to get hands-on paid work opportunities throughout your four-year degree. Now, I had mentioned I had something cool to tell you about the bio program coming up, and here it is. So, we are the only undergraduate university in all of Canada with our own private research island. That is called the Bon Portage Island. So, that's where students, upper year biology students, are able to go in really small groups with their professors and do their own hands on field research and help their professors with their research as well. Lastly, I'll touch on the exchange program. So we do have an exchange program with 13 countries around the world. The exchange program is something that I like to mention because I wish I had known about it before I came to Acadia. It's kind of like a study abroad loophole. So you get to essentially pay the Acadia tuition with the associated travel fees and exchange fees and all of that stuff. But then you're actually able to take your degree and spend some time elsewhere and really diversify and enrich that degree. A couple of my friends spent time in Germany during their degree, and they had a really awesome time. One of my friends got to do a short exchange in Japan. So there's tons of options. But something to keep in mind before we leave this slide is the co-op program and the exchange program aren't going to be something that you have to worry about within your first year of study. We want you to keep these things in mind so you can make the most informed decision possible for yourself, but don't stress yourself out with having to send in those additional applications or anything like that in your first year. Settle in, take it all in, and then keep in mind that in your upper years, you have those opportunities.
Awesome. Thank you, Sierra. And yeah, I can't highlight enough. Take the time to figure out what opportunities are available to you in your first year, like seeing what's coming up and what older students are doing, and let yourself take that in and really know what might be right for you and what you want to try. It's a wonderful opportunity. So we've covered some of your academics, but now we want to talk a little bit about campus life in general. And campus life at Acadia is really exciting because really there's just always something going on, no matter what your interest is. So we have, in addition to a huge variety of events, which includes sporting events, concerts, music events, there's often plays and things like that, and lots of wonderful food events as well, and tons of faith-based events out of the chapel if you are a person of faith as well. So like truly way across the board, all kinds of different stuff to do. And there is also over 80 clubs at Acadia. And in case among those 80, there is nothing that seems up your alley or you don't see your passions represented in those clubs, the ASU offers the chance to start your own club. So you can really find a way to like meet your people and get to do what you're excited about and what you're passionate about with some peers, which is a great opportunity. We also have the student bar on campus, which is called the Axe. And something wonderful about the Axe is that they have really taken a pivot this year in the last couple of years to making sure there's tons of all ages events that go on there. They do like bingo and trivia and karaoke every week. And they make a point to try and make things accessible for anybody who's under 19 as well for any event that they can. Generally, people of all ages can go. So if you are in your first year and you're not 19 yet, like many people will be, the Axe will still have all kinds of really awesome stuff going on for you. And of course, all of these things just give you so many opportunities to make friends on campus, friends that share your interests, friends that are totally different from you. It's fantastic. There's so many opportunities to meet people. And not only is there opportunities to meet people and to be social and have fun, but there is also tons of job opportunities on campus for students. There is lots of little like shops, cafes, things like that that run on the Acadia campus that students primarily are working and running. It's awesome. So you also have a great opportunity to make a little extra money while you're here. And a lot of those jobs are like in our student union building or around somewhere on campus where you're still going to get to see a lot of people and get a chance to make connections. Another thing we love to highlight is our dining hall, because quite frankly, like I know it's a little bit corny that we say like, where else can you find a dining hall like this? But like really and truly, meal hall is where it's at Acadia. We are super lucky to have a fantastic meal hall that offers lots of great things, such as like local and fair trade items are really prioritized there. They've got a dietitian ready to help address any needs you have. If you're there and you're like, oh, I'm just not getting the food I need, or I find I'm not eating enough, you can go talk to the dietitian and they will work out a plan to make sure you're getting whatever food you need because they want to keep you fed and ready to learn. And of course, we also have the My Kitchen section in our dining hall, which is a real highlight. It is a fully stocked kitchen with all kinds of ingredients prepped and ready to go. All you need to do is come cook what you want, use those ingredients up, and you don't even have to do the dishes. You get basically no matter what is going on food wise, you are going to be able to make something you love or have something that maybe reminds you of home. It's really wonderful to have that opportunity to still make your own food if you want to. I love that. Cooking is a big hobby of mine, so I loved still being able to do that on campus. You don't often get that chance at university, so that was super exciting. They also have something called the grocer, and that is a kind of converted uh, storage unit, and they grow all kinds of fresh greens that you will eat in meal hall, like right there on campus, right next to you. So when we say like local items, they are talking super local. And one other thing that's super important to know about when you're arriving on campus is what is there to help you out? What's set up for you to be able to receive the support that you need? So Acadia is really rich with student supports of different kinds and addressing different student needs. So I'm going to talk about two of them kind of together, which is our Writing Center and our MASH program or Math and Stats Help. Both of these are totally free for students to access. The Writing Center, as you might have guessed from the name, helps you out with writing, no matter what type of writing you're doing, whether it's something for an English class and you're working with MLA, or you just had APA thrown at you when you've written in a different format all through high school. They are there to help you out, figure out like, okay, what structure do you need to have? Where's your content at? How is your writing looking? And that is totally free for students to access. And Math and Stats Help, very similar. So that is run by students, as is the Writing Center, to offer whatever assistance that they can. And with the Math and Stats Help program as well, professors will let them know, here's the assignment we're working on for this class. Here's exactly what I'm hoping to see. So the people there to help you out, they know exactly what your profs are looking for and can give you some fantastic information. We also have accessible learning services, which is essentially our office for anybody who needs extra learning support for things like maybe being neurodivergent, dealing with different learning disorders, and there is lots of supports built in there and lots of different types of supports that someone can access. What I love to highlight about our office as well, we know that getting a diagnosis, especially later on in your life, can be a big barrier for some people. So the Accessible Learning Services Office has services you can access and support you can access without needing that diagnosis, because we know that's a really big barrier for students and we don't want to put you in a tough spot. So that is a wonderful service to use. We've also got our counseling center. The counseling center is excellent. There's a full team of counselors there to chat with students about whatever they need and offer really great support. And we make sure that the students on campus are represented in the staff of the counseling office as well. So good chance you will be able to see a counselor who looks like you or has similar life experiences to you if that's something you're looking for as well. And kind of on that note, we do have specific support offices for BIPOC students as well. So we have our Office of LNU Affairs to help out Indigenous students and offer support in that area. And then we also have the name just changed, I think, but the Black Student Success Navigator is also an office on campus. I may have said the name slightly wrong because it did just get updated, but it is a really awesome office that recognizes the different challenges that Black students may face and some support they can access through there, in addition to, of course, our awesome supports for our international students as well. And finally, what we wanted to highlight here for student supports is that we do have the SHRC in the Student Union Building. That's the Sexual Health Resource Center. And basically, name kind of says it all there. Anything you might need in terms of sexual health, and that means anything to do with your body and reproductive systems, not just doing the deed. They have got all kinds of supports there, and the person who runs that is an excellent resource who can kind of guide you around whatever help you need to get the supports you need, not just on campus, but in the community as well. They're an excellent resource for all of that information. So Cannot recommend them enough. So that's the bulk of the new information we wanted to share with you tonight. So we do have here our different social media apps that you can find and follow us on. We do have the Acadia University app as well, but really important to highlight, you can see down there, we have an Acadia for You at acadiau.ca. If you send any emails, any questions you have through there, they will come to me in our general inbox and we will be able to help you out and make sure that you are getting the best information that you're looking for on whatever your questions are. So in addition to all of the information that we just told you, we've now got some time here to chat with two current Acadia students. So they have been a wonderful addition to the Enrollment Services Office, and I will maybe let them introduce themselves, and we can ask them some questions about their life on campus.
Hey, hi everyone. My name's Callie, and I'm a fourth-year student in community development.
And my name's Anna Jean, and I'm also a fourth-year community development student.
And we kind of just wanted to talk to you guys about two things. So first, what surprised us most about Acadia? And I would say that what surprised me most was kind of all the events that are happening on campus and in the community in the town of Wolfville. And there's just so many great opportunities to get involved at those events.
And something that surprised me about Acadia was that there's so many opportunities to get outside, and there's like a lot of walking trails on campus and around campus that you can go and explore by yourself or with a group of friends as well.
And then one thing that we wish we knew before coming to Acadia in our first year, I would say to remember to bring lots of loonies and quarters to do your laundry in residence. I was always running out, and it would just be good to be fully stocked up with all those coins.
Yeah, I would also say that, and I would borrow Callie's a lot, so definitely good to bring some extra. And something that I wish I knew would be to follow like all of these accounts listed now before coming in September, just so I would know like what events were happening when I got there, so I wasn't too overwhelmed with like a bunch of options, so I could narrow it down when I got there.
Yeah, if you have any other questions, let us know.
And the camera's on the bottom.
Thank you so much for those answers. Those were fantastic answers, and so things I wouldn't have thought about either, like the laundry change. Yeah, that's a real one. Remember that from my first year. So thank you for reminding us about that. And yeah, I cannot believe I didn't stop to talk about the incredible like nature trails and things. That's such a big part of Acadia and life at Acadia. And in Wolfville, we live in the valley here, and the valley is one of our most beautiful natural regions. It's just fantastic. So yeah, thank you for the points you both highlighted. Those were such excellent additions. And I believe someone was keeping an eye on our chat as well, in case anyone had any questions they wanted to send over, either for myself and Sierra to answer, or for our wonderful student reps here to answer. Okay, so I'm not getting any questions popping up or anything like that. So I will
Sorry,
let anybody know.
one. I think I see one in the chat.
Oh yes, perfect.
Okay,
I
so
can't
we-
see the chat, so if someone
That's
someone from our team
okay.
could read those out, that would be fantastic.
So we do have one question that came into the chat from Jenna. Jenna is wondering if we can speak about scholarships a little bit. They're wondering also about how admissions interfaces with the option of joining a varsity sports team. So I'll start that off. Scholarship consideration is automatic when you apply. So as long as students have an 80% average or above, those grades-based entrance scholarship, there's an automatic consideration that happens. You don't need to fill out an additional form or anything like that. When you get your acceptance offer, so congratulations, you're accepted into the program of your choice, you'll get your initial scholarship offer. I was talking about the March 1st application, or the scholarship deadline, sorry. That deadline is a hard deadline. So if you want to be considered for those, you need to make sure to get in your mid-year transcripts as well as your references and any other forms that are requested underneath of your scholarship tab of your application portal. Additionally, if you are in the higher echelon of marks, you will be eligible to send in applications and references for the larger, higher value scholarships. A lot of those scholarships will be up in the higher echelon and also often include a residence component. So those ones are going to be the ones that are considered through our admissions office and through our scholarship and financial aid office that all go through that portal. And then any additional scholarships that you're going to apply for would have outside applications. Those are the ones that are just coming from that scholarships tab on your application portal. And then as far as varsity sports teams go, typically students will get in contact with the coaches of individual varsity sports teams before coming to campus. Any funding for any of the varsity sports teams come from donors that go directly to the coaches. So all of that consideration is done through them. So we can only really speak to academic scholarships, but we're happy to connect you with any coaches that you're looking to connect with.
And I'm just quickly double checking now, but I believe if you go onto the Acadia Athletics website, yeah, there totally is. There's a tab that says recruits. And in that list, you can see all of the different recruiting options in the recruiting form that you can fill out if that's something you're interested in and you weren't able to make contact with the team yet. So that is built right into the Acadia Athletics website. All right, so I'll give like 10 seconds in case anyone is furiously typing out another question in the chat. And while I'm giving that time, it's just for anybody who joined late, please don't worry about missing anything. There is going to be a recording of this session posted online shortly. So I promise you didn't miss anything. All of the information will still be there for you to learn about. All right, any final questions? Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for logging in tonight. Thank you so much to Callie and AJ for joining us and giving you folks a little bit of the student voice. And thank you to Sierra for being my co-host on this. Yeah, we're super grateful you all came out tonight and hope you were able to learn a little bit about Acadia.
Thank you all so much for taking the time to come out tonight.